Welcome to the Corner Faster Get Fast series. We're at Road Atlanta at the Porsche Cayman GT4, and this is laps 7, 8, and 9 out in 50 laps to get up to speed using the iRacing simulator. In this video, we focus on using all the available track surface. Previously, we spent a few laps to learn the layout, and most recently, we spent a few laps to look ahead with purpose. One of the things we just focused on was mapping out visual reference points in and out of each corner around the track. Now that we're comfortable spotting them, we're going to place the car on each of those references to maximize all the available track surface. The first thing to keep in mind is to turn in all the way from the outside, get all the way into the apex, and use all the available space on exit. Another thing we're going to take a look at is curbing. Which sets of curbs we always want to use, which ones we never want to use, and which ones we maybe want to use if we make a little bit of a mistake. And we'll also be taking a look at compromises where it makes sense not to track out all the way to the extreme edge of the track surface, like here at turn 10A, so we can better line up turn 10B and carry that momentum all the way onto the front straight. So with that in mind, we'll take a look at each corner at Road Atlanta, starting with turn 1. And we've got the white line on the left, but we can actually line up and sneak a tire even just to the inside of that. I'd say this is a maybe curb. And on exit, we don't want to track out quite all the way, staying inside maybe a car width so we can keep working the car over towards the right in order to line up turn 3. For turn 3, we want to use all of this curb and the first portion of the apex curb, although I miss it on that lap. Want to track out next to the curb and then get on it for turn 4, and then track out just inside of the white line as the track falls away at the curb. Brush the bottom of the S's apex curb on the way down, and then if we get on it the right way, we can use all of the curb at the bottom of the hill. Just brush the inside of the turn 5 turn-in curb and apex curb, but then use all of the exit curb. Keep the left wheels at least inside of the yellow and white line. I go long on that one, but try to keep them inside if you can. Coming into turn 6, line up all the way on the white line. This is a maybe curb on the apex, and I'd say a maybe curb on the outside where it doesn't really help or hurt to hit it. The apex curb, we can get up on it at turn 7 if the weight's already shifted. And then it does help to use the exit curb as we accelerate down the straightaway. Running up the straightaway, I like to run along the inside left line as the track bends under the first bridge. And then finally bring the car back over to the right side of the track when the catch fence begins along the wall on the outside of turn 9. Coming into turn 10, I like to leave a little bit of space in the brake zone so we can line up to buzz the inside of the turn-in curb, and then use absolutely all of the turn 10A apex curb, where only the right tires are still on the asphalt, and the left tires are even dangling off the inside over the dirt on the inside of that curb. Running off the end of the curb at the very end and tracking out only just over a third of the way, not even quite half of the way, just on the inside of this first seam. There's 2 seams that divide the 10A, 10B corner in thirds, and we want to be just inside of this seam on the left when we exit turn 10A. And then for 10B, getting onto the curb, but not getting too deep as it gets very deep on the inside and can upset the car, but just buzzing the inside half of the curb and exiting it at the end of the yellow line. And then aiming for the first half of the exit curb for 10B. Backing up just a little bit so we can see the squares on the bridge. The red or the white is a good target. And you can also see the seams on the track we want to line up just to the inside of the inner seam line, basically lined up with the beginning of the pit entry. As we turn in for 12, we turn in just inside of the curb and yellow line. Again, the track's falling away there, like it is in other portions of the track as well, so avoiding that. is helpful. And then this is a maybe curb and a maybe apex curb and a maybe exit curb, where it doesn't necessarily make sense to slam these curbs, but it doesn't hurt too bad if you end up turning a little early and getting up on it. So that's how to use all of the available track surface at Road Atlanta. I just missed the apex there. So if you are finding that you're missing these exact reference points, definitely slow the car down to a speed where you can definitely hit every ideal point around the track and then begin to add speed from there. So that wraps up laps 7, 8, and 9 using all the available track surface. Stick around for laps 10, 11, and 12 where we continue to get up to speed. Next by using all of the available grip in the tire. Thanks for watching.